What is going on, YouTube? I'm back with another black and white Wi-Fi battle, but first I have a quick announcement for you guys. I don't know if you guys have noticed because I've been saying it at the end of my videos, but I created a new Skype account. It's called Phaynom, P-H-A-Y-N-O-M. The name will be in the description as well, so be sure to add me on Skype if you haven't already. It is a new Skype account that I made, so if you had me on Skype earlier, chances are you don't have this one, so definitely add my new Skype account, Phaynom, Phaynom. But this was a grab bag battle against RaichuFire. I had in the Pokemon Wi-Fi chat while I was streaming, and gonna lead out with the random heat ran because random leads are random. So he's gonna lead out with Balloon. So I'm gonna switch out, predicting the Spore, and he's gonna go out to. Or I'm going to go out into my Xatu predicting the Spore, but he's going to go for the superpower. And I'm going to take that really well because I am Psychic Flying, ×4 resisting, and max HP, max defense. So, doesn't even do about 30 after leftovers. So I'm going to go for the Thunder Wave. Even if he stayed in, switched out, I'm pretty sure he was locked into superpower because most lead Breloons are scarfed. So he's going to go for the Brick Break for some reason as I go for the Reflect, and he's Life Orb, so I can just set up Reflect for days because he's going to be taking Life Orb damage every time he tries to Brick Break it, and I won't be taking that much from Night Slash, and I'll be taking 0 from the Sucker Punch because it won't be able to work. So he's going to go out into a Victini. I'm going to predict the V-Create or the Volt Bolt or whatever it's called, Wild Bolt, whatever, Fusion Bolt, that's what it's called. And go into my Heat Ran, and I take that pretty well. And he's going to go for the Focus Blast. I didn't think he would have that, so that's why I go for the Stealth Rocks right here. And I'm going to be taking a lot of damage from that. And I got a little cocky right here. I thought I would be able to go for the 6-0 because I looked at his team and it wasn't really that standard of a team. So I was like, let me switch out and go into my Rotom, sponge the Focus Blast, and then Hydro Pump him away. But then I looked at my Rotom's item because I wasn't sure if this was my Specs Rotom or my Scarf Rotom, and I realized it was my Specs Rotom, so I switched back out into my Heat Ran, thinking that he would go for another attacking move and I would just have to sacrifice something to the Victini because I couldn't take 2 hits from it. And apparently he feared that I was Scarfed, so I go out into my Heat Ran as he brings in Breloom, and I'm going to bring in my Xatu again as he misses a Stone Edge, which isn't really a big deal because I do have max HP, max defense, and I think the Reflect was still up. And he's going to go for a Thunderbolt. I'm just going to go into my Heat Ran thinking that he's going to finish himself off with Life Orb Recoil. And so at this point, I'm still a little cocky that I still would get the 6-0, so I go out into my Machamp, who I should have switched in on the initial Thunderbolt, but whatever, just made a bad play, and he goes for the Psycho Shock for some reason, and that's going to bring me down really low. And I did add transitions to my layout, so tell me if you like that. So he's going to go out into his, I don't know what this, Simipour, and so I'm going to go out into my Rotom Wash, and he gets a little lucky with his inaccurate moves. He missed Stone Edge and he missed Hydro Pump, but I would have took that Hydro Pump really well because I am a Rotom. So even though I don't have anything invested in special defense, so I'm gonna go for the Volt Switch as he brings in a Breloom, and I'm just gonna go out into my Scizor, and I think I can sweep with this Scizor because he has a paralyzed Bisharp, and he's gonna go out into his Cupfagris, and I'm fearing the Will-O-Wisp, so I'm gonna go out into my Heat Ran, who can take a Will-O-Wisp really well and even get powered up by it. And he's going to actually go for the Calm Mind, and that is a little scary because that means I'm not going to be able to get the 6-0 because I definitely can't take this out in one hit. So I am just going to go for the Stealth, or no, I'm going to go for the Toxic right here, trying to poison it so I have an easier time with it, but I missed. Doesn't really matter that much. So he's going to finish me off with the HP fighting, Hidden Power fighting. And so right here I'm just going to go out into my Rotom to trick it my Choice Specs because I don't really have anything to take this out in one hit. And I want to kind of cripple it. And now he has my Choice Specs, and now he's at +2 special attack. So that's kind of bad for me. But I still have my Scizor who resists Shadow Ball. And he does have a bit of special defense investment. So he's going to go out into his Simipour, as I go for the Swords Dance, and now I'm at +2, and I could go for the Bug Bite and 1-hit KO, but I want that extra turn of Leftovers recovery because if I went for the Bug Bite, I would only get 1 turn of Leftovers recovery, which is right here. And if I went for the Bullet Punch, I knew it wouldn't 1-hit KO, but I would get the leftovers right here, and even if it did 1-hit KO, I would be at full health. So either way, it was a win-win if I got that crit. So he's gonna go out into his Cufagris, and I was really cocky here. I thought he was gonna go for the Empower Fighting, so I just went for the Roost. I could have switched in my Xatu to take the Will-O-Wisp, but I thought that he wouldn't have it, and I really wanted to sweep with my Scizor anyway because I didn't think he would have anything to take it on. So he's gonna go out into his throw, and I'm just gonna go for another Swords Dance because he did burn me, which lowered my attack obviously. And so he's gonna bring in his throw, and I'm just gonna see how much damage this Bullet Punch does with my Scizor. And he's a pretty bulky throw apparently because he takes that pretty well. He's gonna go for the bulk up, and this next Bullet Punch isn't going to be able to finish off because he did go for the bulk up, and the initial one didn't even do over 50%. So I'm just going to go for another Swords Dance, go up to +6, the max attack I can get to normally, because I am burned, it's not going to be like normal max attack. So he's going to go for another Bullet Punch, or no, bulk up, and right here I'm pretty much forced to go for the Bullet Punch. If I go for a Roost, he's probably going to be able to finish me off. So I go for the Bullet Punch, and that does a lot less than I had hoped. And he's going to go for the Storm Throw, gets a crit because it always gets a crit. And heal up to 69 HP, but burn brings me down to 27. And I'm just going to finish it off with the Bullet Punch. Or no, I bring it down to red with the Bullet Punch, and he's going to finish me off with the Storm Throw. And I'm just going to go out into my Xatu to finish it off with a Nightshade. And now it's pretty much 2-on-2, pretty much because Machamp is at 30 HP, so he's going to be pretty much useless in this match. So I'm going to switch out, go into my Cacturne, predicting him to go for the Shadow Ball because I don't think he would predict me to go out into my Cacturne this late in the game. So, because I didn't reveal it anyway either. And so right here, I'm just going to go for the safe Sucker Punch, not over predict. I could have gone for the Substitute, but I really thought that he was going to go for a Shadow Ball. So I'm going to switch back out into my Xatu as he goes for a Brick Break, and that's not going to do anything because I am Psychic Flying, 4 times resist, max HP, max defense like I said earlier. And so right here I'm just going to go for the Nightshade, and that does a decent amount of damage. So right here I'm just going to go for a Reflect, because he might have the Sucker Punch, and that Reflect was pretty ballsy. I really shouldn't have gone for that, but it worked out for me then. So right here I'm just going to go for another Nightshade, and he brings out his Cufagris, and that pretty much seals the game for me because Cufagris doesn't have the greatest HP stat, so Nightshade is going to be a 2-hit KO at the amount of HP he had. And because I do have the Reflect up, I'm going to be able to take the Sucker Punch really well, so that was a good game, RaichuFire. His link will be in the description maybe, because I don't know if he has a YouTube or not. And I hope you guys enjoyed the battle. Please give it a like if you did like it. And anyway guys, have a great day. I'm out. Peace.